Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today I figured, well, I guess I should give a little bit of a background. I started playing Guild Wars 2 back in 2019, 2020, right before the pandemic hit, and I played it pretty regularly for roughly 2 years, about like a year and a half. And then I kind of got burnt out. I was really heavy in World versus World and PvP, so I definitely went harder than I should have. And eventually, I burned out, and I took a 3-month break, and I finally just got back. It is now 2022. EOD just came out. We have the beautiful new background and stuff like that. But yeah, because I was so into World v World and PvP, I kind of skipped over a lot of the story stuff. And I am naturally a huge story nerd, so it was kind of surprising for me that I realized looking back that I actually didn't play through a majority of the Guild Wars story. Like, I played the core story, I played Hot, and I played Path of Fire, but I haven't really played any of the Living World story, and the parts that I have played, I've skipped over majorly. So, I want to go ahead and do a Let's Play, and I figure, we could play through it together, maybe. I mean, most likely I'm going to be playing it and recording it and nobody's going to watch, but that's okay also because I plan on doing other videos on it. And so it's all going to tie in anyway. But yeah, this is my main character, my first character. Um, and I have a bunch of slots open because I do have a lot of characters, I'm not going to lie. I think I have enough characters for one of each class to have a World versus World, a PvP, and a PvE, like separate individual character. But anyway, what I want to do with this playthrough is I want to do a playthrough of um, each of the classes, because I haven't played through, the only class I've played through in the core story is Human. So I want to do each of the classes, so Human, Sylvari, Azura, Char, and Norn. That'll leave me with 2 extra. So I want to do one of each of those and post that. And then I want to go through all of the Living World stories and the expansions all the way up to EOD just to catch up with the story and just really enjoy myself and have a good time. But anyway, I know that was a very long-winded introduction, but I hope that you guys will enjoy this as much as I will. I know that I'm going to enjoy it no matter what, so yeah. Anyway, so we have to pick one of the races. I'm gonna go ahead and do human. Humans have lost their homelands, their security, their former glory, even their gods have withdrawn, and yet the human spirit remains unshaken. These brave defenders of Cryta continue to fight with every ounce of their strength. So the reason I'm gonna do human is because it is the first race that I played through, and it has been a long time since I've played through that. So I might as well just go ahead and do it again. I am gonna pick female. Now class is gonna be a hard one. I already have 3 necros, so I can't do another necro. I have 2 Ellies, so I could do an Ellie. I believe I have well, why don't we just start with that, and then I'll figure everything else out another time. We'll start with Ellie, and we'll go from there. That's good, because I want to learn Ellie. Elementalist. How do we want her to look? I always go with the shortest Elementalist for some reason. I can't really tell you why I do that. It always ends up being what I go for some reason. I will say that I'm not really a huge fan of the Some of the faces. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy in my break, and so like the graphics are insanely different. I could do an old lady. Where was it? That one. We do get to go through and switch the face details later on too. Okay, so hair. What kind of hair do we want? Kind of want long hair this time. I kind of like this one the best, to be honest. But what color? We're gonna just go with classic black, I think. Sure, we'll do red. Okay, eyes. What eye color? Green? Maybe a lighter green? Works. Eye angle. That's kind of weird, not gonna lie. Okay, eye height. Brow thickness. Oh, that makes it like clip into the hairline. That's weird. Okay, so eyebrow placement. No, we're not gonna touch that. I think we're gonna leave that there. Brow angle. No, we don't want her make her look sad or unusually angry. Okay. We didn't really adjust much in her eyes. We're not gonna adjust anything in the nose because I always end up messing that up. And we're not gonna do any of that either. Go back. I think I just messed up her lips. She looks so angry. Alright. Okay, so now we move on to I study all the elements, but I wear the gem that symbolizes my love of water. Whether frozen or flowing is life, and its currents run deep in us. Fires, hunger, its destructive burn demands respect. It immolates and clears the path for new growth. Earth is the foundation that supports all life. Stone fortifies us, rock grounds us, and air is the source of all life. It's invisible, and yet it can destroy whole villages. I don't think this has anything to do, like, I think the only thing this has any real effect on is like RPG elements later on if you want to be like an RPGer. And some of these I know have effects on the story. I'm gonna go ahead and go with water. Actually, I personally am the fire symbol, so we're gonna go with that. Trouble may follow me, but I use my blank to overcome it. Charm, dignity, or ferocity? Well, since we're going with the fire theme, I think ferocity fits the theme of fire the best. I was raised in the streets. I grew up poor in the streets, living hand to mouth every day was a challenge, um, but like I tell my old buddy Quinn, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. I've worked hard to change my luck, but I've still got a long way to go. The common folk. I was raised amongst the common folk of Divinity's Reach. We're the worker class, the cogs that keep the wheel running, the city running. I help out at the tavern owned by my friend Andrew and his daughter Petra, or the upper class nobility. I grew up amongst nobles, including my friend Lord Farron. Who can trace their ancestry back to ancient kings. I received an excellent education, am well versed in courtly graces, and understand the responsibility that comes with privilege. I think for my first character, I picked poor. So I'm not going to do poor this time. I think I'm gonna do commoner this time and see how it's changed. And I know for sure I picked the centaur, the dead sister one last time. So we're gonna go with the I've never searched for my true parents. When I was an infant, I was abandoned in an orphanage. A kind couple adopted me and became my family. However, I've always wondered about my birth parents. Or I passed up the opportunity but to perform in a circus. I think I'm gonna choose the first one. But let's read this one first. When I was young, I had the opportunity to perform in the circus, but I turned it down. To this day, I'm sorry I didn't leap at the chance. So we're gonna go ahead and do unknown parents. Maybe later on I'll do another playthrough of circus. That sounds kind of fun. Not gonna lie. But anyway, everyone said I was blessed by blank when I was young. Duena, the goddess of healing, air, and life. Granith, the goddess of darkness, ice, and death. Balthazar, the god of war, fire, and challenge. Since I am tuned to the fire element, I think Balthazar is going to be the best one. Melandri, the goddess of nature, earth, and growing. Liza wears many masks. She is a dual-faced goddess of beauty, water, and illusions. That sounds very mesmery. Or Cormir. Cormir is the goddess of order, spirit, and truth. Okay, we're going to go with Balthazar. I know of these gods, but I don't really know much other than like their names, and I know they're associated with the classes and stuff like that. I am probably going to do research on them and somehow put out a video on it. Let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in getting individual videos on like each of these gods and their histories, their lore and stuff like that. I would love to do that. Okay, Balthazar, the god of war, blessed me when I was young. Though trouble may follow me, I overcome it with ferocity. I was I was raised by common folk, and I've done plenty of honest hard work. I've made something of myself, and the only thing I regret is that I never searched for my true parents. I am an elementalist, and I study all the elements. I wear the gem that symbolizes my love of fire. This is my story. Okay. What are we naming ourselves? To let you know a little bit about the way I theme names is I always put an LY in all of my names, except for like my very first names, like my first character is Nightcrow, and a few of my other like very, very early characters don't have this, but most of my characters have LY in them. So we're gonna keep with that trend because I really love that trend, and I just have come up with some freaking fantastic and hilarious names, and people that have given me names. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna see if it is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to support the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to get notifications or liking any of the videos that you've enjoyed from us.